So, Drug Dealer Simulator 2 has been out for a little while now, about a week, and they've already done 2 patches. This is patch number 2 we're talking about in this video, which I'm going to say is a major update. And the reason I'm going to say that is because they have fixed a lot of problems players were facing. So, jumping straight into the patch notes, because that's what we're looking at in this video, or talking about. I'm not going to put them up on screen because I'm going to go through every single one. So, they have fixed a bug preventing completion, finishing the optional task to blow up a gas tank at a bandit's hideout. There was either no tank there or you were unable to plant a bomb. They fixed the bug where Gene was getting stuck in the doors to Benita's hideout in the Clash of Titans quest line. They've also fixed the bug where in some cases the crate to gather torpedo quest items was not interactable after moving away or loading the game. They fixed dialogue issues regarding the Moonshiner quest and also regarding Kira, preventing further game progression. They fixed potential dialogue and quest issues regarding negative street cred, it should never be less than 0. Then they fixed timeout issues with temporary passes to the big city. In brackets they put saving and loading, timeout loss when dropping or moving the item, and the fix is not retroactive, so any broken items will not be fixed. So that was the questline fixes. Now we've got mechanical bug fixes. They have fixed motorboat docking issues and prevented the levitating motorboat bug. A bug where the keybind settings weren't properly being saved. Issues with the restoring defaults not working in the settings, especially in the main menu. They fixed the bug where hideout upgrades, being windows and doors, were not being saved properly. The previously lost upgrades will not show back on the windows and doors, but they will be returned into your cartel collection after the first loading of the saved game. So just go into furniture mode, they should be there. They fixed an issue where some players could experience a debt leak, causing extreme hideout power usage costs and increasing the debt fast. They've also explained that that issue was caused by a looped crafting query where power draining stations had their output space full. So yeah, I've had quite a few people comment about that one, saying they're like 700,000 or 1 million in debt. That should now be fixed. Then they have fixed issues regarding the new cartel lobby, considering lobby character placement and character selection, especially after returning to the main menu from a previous game session. They have prevented opening and jumping out of windows while viewing a hideout. They've blocked the ability to parkour through windows that have bars or shutters on them. They've added the ability for window shutters to block militia gas grenades during raids. They have fixed multiple equipment placement issues with specific equipment or with some of the hideouts. They have improved visuals of the equipment placement gizmo and fixed a bug where a solo player or host wasn't seeing the red gizmo colour, indicating the inability to place the equipment. They have also fixed collisions for some of the map warehouses, collisions on staircases in some enterable houses, and even hideouts. And they have fixed recalculating hideout stats after the game has been loaded. Then into the third and final, this is quality of life and content improvements. They have fixed UI issues on certain resolutions, character or crafting UI clipping causing it to be unusable. They've added multiple missing translations, and they've also removed the Polish sentences and phrases from the game. They've added a setting in the control section to switch between toggle or hold mode for sprinting. There are multiple environment fixes considering paths, buildings and landscape. They have added the ability to pause the game and access the pause menu whilst you're in a vehicle. They've also added a temporary emergency teleport option to the pause menu, which is going to teleport a blocked or glitched player out of geometry if an issue occurs. The option is going to remain available until most of the map and collision and parkour glitches are fixed. They have fixed casual client spawn points positions all over the map. They have also fixed multiple quick travel spots, especially for cars, and their positioning all over the map, and they fixed some of the quick travel spots being available too early. Then there is something which I will put up on screen because I don't understand any of it, but basically there were Intel processor crashes, and they have found a workaround for it so players can get that fixed. And then underneath the patch notes, we have what is next, a word from the developer. For the next updates, we will be investigating more issues, including additional crashes and fatal errors some of you are experiencing. I had quite a few of those on my walkthrough. We will also be fixing more major and minor issues, as well as doing some improvements on the quality of life and performance side. Unfortunately, not all fixes made it to this update, but we needed to prioritise fixing the most pressing issues ASAP and update before the weekend. We are aiming to deliver the next fix and improvement update in around a week from now. We desire to deliver possibly frequent updates improving the game in the first weeks to maximise your experience. Considering the overall launch success, after we deal with the most important fixes and improvements we are planning to work on. So are you guys ready for this? multiple quality of life and balance improvements and changes based on feedback, melee combat, raid and opponent AI improvements, as well as new employee classes, additional features and ideas that did not originally make it to the 1.0 release, but we would really love to add them in, no spoilers for now, additional content including more vehicles, items, quests, equipment, clothing and decorations, adding the active cartel search and the ability to create and join sessions not only with Steam friends, additional game activities and side quests, more performance improvements, across the board world, graphical, environmental and sound effect improvements, and they want to also add a few more drugs into the game. There was something during the beta version which let you, it gave you basically the journal entry to produce Smurf dope, but for some reason in the full release that was taken out, so I'm guessing there was issues with it or something. It never made it to the full release. But yeah, they are going to be adding more quests and stuff into the game. They're going to be adding more drugs down the line. I do feel that this should have been an early access title. There has been a lot of bugs. There are things that didn't make it into the full release, like so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, that is the patch notes for patch number 2. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff there they have done, like providing everything works, which it should do. They have done really, really well, especially when it comes to the debt leak that was causing some players to be like upwards of like 500,000 money in debt. Because I can kind of imagine how frustrating that would be. So fingers crossed, as you guys are jumping back into the game, everything is working. Like all of these fixes are actually in place and they're working properly. And that was the patch notes for patch number 2 for Drug Dealer Simulator 2. And what we are going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this update in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.